Who's around the nation. Hey, what's up, everybody? Good morning. And yeah, I wanted to do a video last night, continuing on doing this build that I am doing right now. The EB48 2.2 is probably my fourth one to build, and yeah, I got some news yesterday about one of the announcers here in South Carolina. I had just met him. Uh, this past Sunday, going into Labor Day Monday. So I met him Sunday. He was checking me out when I was announcing here at Extreme RC Raceway here in South Carolina. And we sat down and talked on Monday for the Labor Day race over at his track with Ed. And very cool guy, sharing stories, showing, our cool things of announcing. He applauded me. He gave me you know, um props on that stuff and loved the videos. And yesterday in Sumter at an oval race, an RC car oval race there, he was with one of his good friends, Ed, who runs the track. And seems like Donnie, that's his name, the announcer, he made podium. He got his trophy, and I guess they were on their way back, and he passed away right there on the spot with a heart attack. So again, our condolences to Donnie Young and his family. Rest easy, sir. It was great meeting you. I was just as shocked as anybody because literally I just sat down and really talked with this guy for about 20 minutes, and it was cool to meet him. To include Ed over there at Monk's Corner Raceway here in South Carolina. And yeah, it's very heartbreaking. Just had my father-in-law just passed away last week, and again, yeah, it's been rough. It's been tough, and especially from when I'm not away, or I'm away from home, and then I'm out here and meet new people, and they pass on. And like I said, I've only known them for those 2 days, and I can just imagine the impact that he had on his friends. So again, our condolences from the Pikes Peak RC Arena. Race news around the nation. Based out of Colorado, uh, our condolences to our South Carolina extended fam, our extended RC car fam out there. Uh, you'll be greatly missed. I just want to say, rest easy, sir. So, anyways, everybody, again, good morning. I am in the process of building this EB48 22 buggy. I started it last night, and again, when I got the news last night, I wanted to sit down and reflect a little bit and cherish those around us. And and I made a short video on the Facebook. So again, it was very harsh. But again, always check on your friends. Always check on your friends. Always just see them, give them a big hug. You know, um, yeah. It's been very hard these past couple days, or this past week for me as well too. So we'll get moving on here with the Techno EB4822. Again, this has been a learning curve for me, especially jumping into the 8 scale game. I know you guys been hearing it for these past couple videos. I've been out here for a while now, a little over 4 weeks now, with a 1 week break, going back to Colorado, and now back out here trying to finish up my mission that I am doing here, and with work. And I needed some free I have free time, and when I do, I go hang out over at Extreme RC Raceway. I've known Rafi for a while, even when he first opened up the store, and yeah, and just enjoying my time with these guys out here. Justin Simonson, Joe Mandola, Kyle Potts, Ian, James Hart, Rafi, Tim, Chuck, Carlos, hung out with him yesterday. Rob P, James Thomas, and his daughter. Again, you guys made a super big impact on me. Being here in South Carolina, racing with you guys, I wouldn't have it any other way. All right. Again, the racing scene out here for RC cars is very strong, very, very alive. I want to say 8 scale is your very dominant out here. So if you guys are ever out here in South Carolina, hey, check it out. Right here in Charleston, you have Extreme RC Raceway to include, which I just talked about, Monk's Corner Raceway. And then that's within a 20-minute distance from where I'm at here near the Tanger outlets here in Charleston, near the airport, I should say. All right, we'll use the airport as a distance measurement here in Charleston. And then I want to say an hour away, you got Sumter, you got Soda City, you have a bunch of other tracks that it just keeps on going and going. All right, don't get me wrong. They do oval here. There is 10 scale racing. There's also short course as well too, to be combined with the 8 scale that they already do. So and there's a lot to do at any given time here. You can space out your timing. You don't have to race every single week. Again, the local track here for me is Extreme RC Raceway, and these guys are pretty much like my extended RC family out here. I've been helping out Rafi. That's who I'm building this buggy for right now. Is for Rafi Merrill, uh, who owns the Extreme RC Raceway, along with Tim, his right hand man, and then he's got his track crew, which are phenomenal. They're fun to be around with, have great stories. Hey, I wouldn't have it any other way. All right. So again, just love meeting and seeing people. Again, other guys that I've met, Ed Pasquin that owns Monk's Corner, Donnie that just recently passed away yesterday. Christensen, can't forget about Christensen. Raced with him. He's actually pretty cool. Mark, he's pretty cool. Sean, oh my goodness, we were racing the other night, Wednesday, and we're just having a blast. All right. Hayden, can't forget about Hayden. Hey, this kid, if you guys ever seen this kid, 14 years old, I swear to God, he looks like he's 22 years old. Uh, Plays football, center, and he's just getting into the RC game. And everybody's been taking him under his wing, and he's been soaking it in. And yeah, again, like I said, the RC community out here, they're so helpful. I guess that just goes along with the whole Southern hospitality. All right. And it's no different from what we have over in Colorado, where everybody's helpful, we have fun, we chill, we laugh, and we make the best of every single moment possible. And I love that, man. And it's cool to see that here in South Carolina, along with that twang of the Southern hospitality. And I love it. All right. So again, I am building this EV4822 for these guys, for Rafi, and so that way he can race the dominant. Also, for those that are wanting to get into 8 scale racing, again, look into where your location is at. Like I said, you got Extreme, you got Monk's Corner. They're within 20-minute distance from me. Then you got Sumter, Soda City, Columbia. There's a hobby town up there. They do racing as well. I want to say that's about your hour. And then you go 5 hours in diameter. Oh my goodness. I want to say there's at least about 17 to 20 tracks in that distance. And at any given time, oh my goodness, there's always racing going on. Yesterday, I thought we were going to race over to Extreme. It looks like the guys just want to do some practice and work on the track, but it was extremely hot and humid yesterday. And, believe me, I was burning up on the driver's stand just doing a couple laps, and it was unbearable, but I did get my truggy more dialed in, or my driving skill honed in, and then the buggy I was working on as well too. Alright, so, again, it's just look at the where you're always located at, and see what's around, alright? I do travel, with my work, and I found myself being here for a while, so, again, I make the best of it, and I'm happy with that, so just yeah, look at I go on Google and I check out everything and I see what's up. So and then I see what people are driving. Obviously, over here, techno's very dominant in the 8 scale area, to include S Works, Low C, and Mugen. Very, very popular brands out here, but Techno reigns number one. Um, I've been under the wing of Justin and Joe. Justin is a Techno chassis sponsored driver from them, and he's been guiding me on my way, uh, helping me out with my buggy as well too, to include my truggy. So my truggy's dialed in, and for those, like I said, if you're getting into it, I highly, highly suggest the truggy. The truggy is wider. It's got a more flatter stance, in my opinion, more stable, and easier and more forgiving to drive. And it's just it's overall. appeasing to the eye as well too. And compared to the buggy, oh my goodness, it's just you feel more dialed in and more connected to the vehicle. Now, don't get me wrong, buggy dominates over truggy as far as popularity goes with racing. And I've I don't drive my truggy as much as my buggy, but I drive my truggy better than I do my buggy. And I'm still getting the buggy dialed in. It's still I wanna say it's the tire game. I wanna say I had Justin drive it, he said everything's fine on it, it just comes down to the tire choices and stuff like that, and I'm still learning the tire game, and I'll tell you right now, the tire game is where it's at for 8 scale racing. That is one of the major, tuning factors to the vehicle as opposed to what track you are using, alright? So down here, yesterday, we were using blues and greens, the compounds, and when I talk about compounds, there's different compounds for the type of weather that you're at, and then you got your tread pattern for the different types of track conditions they are. So again, whether it be wet, whether it be loose, loamy, blue grooves, so on and so forth, you want to look for that stuff. But again, if you don't know, like I don't know, ask your peers around you. Ask. There's always somebody there to help you. Nothing's worse than driving by yourself, leading the way, and you're like, man, where's everybody at? And I love tight, tight pack racing, and it makes for a good time. It makes for your stress levels go up. You start shaking on the driver's stand, and when that when you out when the outcome comes in your favor, oh man, it's a great feeling, and it creates great stories and cool friendship, and you guys just that everybody. It always happens, no matter what race we do, especially racing with John and George doing LMH. Is granted it's just us three, but man, I tell you what, we have so much fun doing it where it's tight pack racing and all it takes is one person to screw up and they lose complete pace. Again, it's so much fun when everybody is like right there with each other. So I can't wait to get back there racing with those guys, George, John, over there and having a blast. And speaking over there, back home in Colorado, Art. Art Screamo just did his inaugural start of off-road carpet racing over at 5280. 5280 has been dominant in mini Z and on-road racing. They just had their first off-road carpet race, which was a huge success. Corey gave me some feedback on it, and they did that Wednesday to include yesterday they were racing. So again, it was on Live RC. I think Corey tried loading it up, but I can't see anything on the feed itself. But again, I'm sure those guys had a great time. No difference from when the carpet track was laid down over at our area and just having a blast. And again, I'm glad that it's still continuing on and Art took everything that we had to build that and have great success with it. So greatly applauded to Art and his crew out there. If you guys haven't met Art Screamo, X-Ray sponsored driver, check him out. Pretty cool. He'll give you guys all the advice you want. He'll probably do clinics and stuff. Now that he has a track there, he'll probably do clinics and whatnot. So again, check it out over there at 5280 up in Denver. Also, you got Eric Adams over there too. If you guys not tried out Eric Adams' new track style layout using glue, oh my goodness. Again, I have had my experience with glue over in Reno, Nevada, over at Whip It. And I'm going to tell you right now, that is a game changer to tracks around nationwide. So applaud Eric Adams. He's had great feedback on that. They had their turf wars not too long ago. Saw a couple of guys from racing down at our track out there, placing podium. So again, as always, congrats you guys. All right. You got Graham Hill up there at LRC, up there in Thornton. Hey, check him out. He does 8 scale racing. He has a novice class. He does all the classes out there. Again, he for those that own technos and you guys need advice, so on and so forth. See Graham Hill right there at LRC. All right. Have not met the guy yet, but I one of these days I soon will meet him up there at Thornton trying out their track and stuff. Coming down, oh, a little bit more in Denver, you got JT. JT does the oval, him and his daughter, Lola. They got their oval scene going on. I want to say Copar right there. Justin, you guys go see Justin over there. They have their little Monster Jam RC trucks out there. So they do like a Monster Jam style layout, which is actually pretty cool. Also, he does one RC out there. Again, uh, support your local hobby shops. When we come down here to Colorado Springs, and we got Matt Kyle over at Faster Laps, a 8 scale racing. He just moved his date to the 21st. Um, to accommodate for everybody because the TNR racing that is in town this week, which will be, I want to say, starting in Thursday or Friday. They'll be getting they're already getting ready over there over at the horse stables over in Black Forest. Hey, go check them out. That's a huge race. I was hoping to make that race. Unfortunately, not, since I am still here in South Carolina. So again, I'm super stoked that Matt Kyle moved his race up until up to the 21st, so I can make that, and I'm greatly appreciated on that. Also, you got moving down south, Cole at Cole's Hot Lap Hobbies. Check him out. Remember, keep in mind, guys, all right, he is still getting situated over at his new track. Okay. It's just him and his wife, and he, don't get me wrong, he does have his help, but it is a uh man and wife show out there, and he's trying to do everything. He does have 5 genres of racing going on. We'll get that all figured out and situated. He is still working on the downstairs portion of the tracks, so everything's been upstairs lately. I understand it is small, but again, he is accommodating you guys that won a race, and he's making the best of it. So again, give your support over to Cole and his wife over at Cole's Hot Lap Hobbies right there in Pueblo. All right, so check them out over there. Had a couple of our guys from Colorado Springs go down there, and they're having a blast. All right, as long as they got their pistol grip controller in their hand and their RC car driving, a happiest people ever. All right. So again, just support your local hobby shops around in your area, just like what, and no matter where you're at. Like I said, I'm here in South Carolina. I'm having a blast. Uh, dealing with these guys out here. I'm learning a lot. I'm learning the 8 scale game. And remember, what works here may not work over in Colorado. So again, I'm gonna probably have to readjust when I get back up there to Colorado, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so it's just down here, it's way hotter, so I'm using thicker fluids to accommodate the almost the same viscosity as what I would use over in Colorado. So on my buggy, I'm using 15, 15, 12. I want to say probably in Colorado, probably goes 773 or 775 or whatever. That's how, just to accommodate for each other to get that good rotation out. And again, it is hot here. And sometimes, if I have my vehicle in the car, it is super hot to the touch. So again, be mindful of where you at. Talk to the locals, see what they're using, always reach out to them. They'll always be helpful. That is how we are in the RC community, always helping each other out. And these guys over here in South Carolina have been doing great with that. So it's just so tight knit over here. Like I said, I have the owner of Extreme RC Raceway. He's got me building this EV4822. So that's what I've been doing. I got the shock bodies already situated, and going to use a little bit of oil here so I can get a little bit lube on the shaft portion of this before I stick it in, and get everything started here. So again, always follow the directions, and always, when you're getting into the 8 scale or 10 scale or whatever, always build that car box stock in a sense. All right, so you can get a taste for it, and don't do like multiple adjustments all at once. Um, Try to be conservative with your adjustments so you can see what works and what doesn't work for you. So if you do like multiple adjustments and you find out that your vehicle's not reacting the same way, you got to figure out what mod did you do or what adjustment did you do to that gave it that dramatic change. And by doing too many, now you have to do the process of elimination, and you're pretty much going backwards with it. So again, it does get stressful in a sense. Just try not to overbearing yourself with that, and lose pace or lose focus of your tuning and stuff. So again, always use the proper tools. Apparently right now I have to use this because I do not have like a 4 millimeter. Oops. And but I always do advise using the MIP tools. I am a big fan of the MIP tools because they use a hardened steel shaft, hex drive and it does not wallow out. Again, you get cheaper tools that will strip out the head of a button head screw or a hex head screw, and it sucks. And then sometimes for the soft, some of the other tool companies out there, like Amazon or whatever, you get some of those tools and they'll round out the head of your Allen and just makes not for a good day. All right. So always look for quality in your tools. Yes, they are kind of pricey. Um, which is kind of crazy because almost, $5 more with the price of this, I can get a whole complete set of Traxxas tools, but this will outlast it. I guarantee it. This will outlast it. So MIP tools, and then you got your limited edition black handle ones that came out a while ago. But again, those are my go-to tools for building and assembling and stuff like that. And yeah, that's just what I go to for my tools. And then you got, how would I say, you got your vehicle and stuff. Again, I'm building this techno buggy, this 2 buggy for Rafi. I have mine that I built not too long ago, and I did some laps with it yesterday. I do need to clean it. I need to go into it and stuff like that. And I did minute adjustments. It's still in a sense box stock minus the springs. I'm still using the same shock fluid. Um diff fluid. Because I'm here in South Carolina, I'm using what everybody else is using here, and it's helped me dramatically. But I'm also using the wide mud guards because I am running an LFR body, so it's a wider body than the stock techno body. So again, just be mindful of that. And also invest in pick tools. Pick tools, because when you go in to tighten your screws and stuff like that, and you got like this screw right here, where it's filled up with dirt, and you try putting your driver in there, and you think you got a bite, you're gonna strip that screw out. So make sure you clean everything out with the pick and get it all situated before you do anything. And try not to don't look too deep into your chassis. They are going to get scrapped up or scratched up because you are driving in an off-road scenario. I highly advise don't use no chassis protectors. That just makes a bigger mess. Makes it harder to get access to your stuff, especially when it starts getting shredded up. So again, after every run, I usually just clean out my screw heads just to make sure there's no dirt clogged up in there, just in case I need access to a certain part that I may have broke. All right. And speaking of broke parts, I found out what breaks all the time for me, and I wouldn't say, and it's probably dropped down a lot since I first started eight scale racing. The shock standoffs, um, hinge pins getting bent, so on and so forth. The sleeves, you'll lose the sleeves. So I stock up on those little parts, and then parts maintenance wise that always go out on me, which would be the shock boots. So again, always protect your shocks because of the conditions that you're driving in with the dirt and stuff. Red clay is over here, so I got to be mindful of that. So again, I'm always checking on my boots, and I don't want none of that stuff getting inside my shocks. Okay. Granted, you got your O-rings and stuff like this that are all in there, and yeah, that should stop all that stuff. But you don't want that stuff building up on your shock shaft, and it starts forcing its way protruding into the shock body. So always tend to your shocks and stuff. So again, I am working on this 4822, and on this wonderful Sunday afternoon before I go back into work tomorrow, I am here in my hotel. So again, I am building this vehicle for Rafi, the owner of Extreme RC Raceway. And yeah, keep myself busy here. I am definitely keeping myself busy here in South Carolina. He tasked me out to do this. Also, I've been repairing a couple cars for him over there at Extreme RC Raceway just to keep myself busy. So, because they do get busy over there with all their products coming in and out. And yeah, so I was like, well, I offered my services. I said, hey, I get bored at the hotel. I do got my tools here and stuff. And he gave me a. I tell you what, some of these UDR style vehicles, like the Baja Ray or the Traxxas UDR, well, those things are a pain in the butt to work on. I don't know. They are cool. They are very scaled to what they do, but I tell you what, man, oh my goodness. And oh my goodness, I almost messed up here talking with y'all. I forgot to put the shock boot on. But anyways, let me put that on real quick. So again, always put your shock boots on, especially for off-road racing. There are other different color ones out there. Obviously, Techno doesn't cater to custom colors. They just have their tactical style colors, I should say, black, bronze, and or that gunmetal or whatnot. So very, very tactical in a sense. I like that. But again, just be mindful of how you guys are building your shocks. Always check for rips and stuff after racing, and makes for a good time. I don't mind cleaning my vehicles. I was totally against 8 scale racing for a while. It was just something like, man, I just don't want to sit there and clean. And I found myself, when I'm cleaning myself, I'm always and I clean my 10 scale stuff when I even after carpet, I'm going through it and stuff. And I find myself very relaxed doing so. So it's just a little bit dirtier. It is way dirtier. It's not a little bit dirtier, but it's way dirtier with 8 scale racing. Nitro bar by the worst. I did post some pictures in the Pikes Peak RC Arena group on Facebook, and man, I'll tell you what, Justin Simonson, boy, his vehicle was nasty from Sumter racing up there. And speaking of Justin, I hope you did good yesterday, buddy. I think no, it should be mains today. I hope you're doing out there. I wish I made it out there with you. I should have went out there with you, but I hope you're having a great time out there racing. Think next time I'll be out there with you. So gonna have a blast with all these racing events and venues and stuff going on. And it's actually kind of spaced out from being over at the old store over at Hobbytown. Uh, that way I'm not racing and at the shop almost every single day. And yes, that was kind of my choice, but again, with the 8 scale racing, it's way more spread out. So spend more time with family now. So that's the whole thing. Now that I'm on government trips and stuff, it doesn't help a little bit. But hey, um, when I am home, I'm not rushing out of the door to go to the hobby shop or whatnot. So don't got to worry about that. All right. So again, I am putting together the shocks here, getting those all situated, and yeah, for Rothy's EB4822. I was going to finish this last night, but like I said in the beginning of the video, I just kind of lost motivation with the news that I found out. And yeah, yeah. So, but been keeping myself busy here in South Carolina. Worked on my brother's X Max. He got an X Max here at a awesome price. And he went, I want to say it's the V5 of the X Max, and he went all out modding it. He is still way below budget if you were to buy this thing brand new. And yeah, I tell you what, this thing is awesome. Let me grab it real quick. So I know I showed it in the first video, but man, I accidentally deleted that video on the Facebook page and kind of hurt my soul a little bit. Ugh, yeah, this X Max is no joke. It is huge. If you guys haven't watched my little reel video, using this X-Max and showing the bird, this is it. But this is my brother's X-Max, all done up with the Wide Max kit, the big humongous trenchers on there, a brand new solar body on here. Um, Everything is updated, and yeah, he has not driven this thing yet, but he is selling it because I let him drive my truggy yesterday, and he's been wanting a truggy. So if you guys are interested in a X Max, I want to say this thing is for sale for about $850. Okay, so if you guys are interested, you guys are here in South Carolina. And you guys want an X Max? This thing is for sale for $850. I highly advise. It is a awesome build. I want to say the charger will go with it. So it's a 200 I want to say it's a $200 plus charger. Obviously no batteries for sale with this, but you do get the live little Bluetooth thing that comes in the controller for this. But again, everything is all updated and pretty much brand new on this V5 X Max. So if you guys are interested, hey, the X Max is for sale. This thing is huge. Again, has the wide max kit on it, and man, this thing is heavy. I ain't gonna lie, but it is very popular. These vehicles are super popular out here in South Carolina, being the XRT, the Creightons, just huge vehicles. Because man, the bashing community out here is huge out here. But if you guys are interested in the X Max, my brother is selling it. He is hooked on the Truggy. I let him drive mine yesterday, and man, it brought back his whole racing memories and stuff like that. And he was like, "Yeah, I'm hooked." And it's cool because he doesn't have to do it every week. It's every other week that they race it over at Extreme RC Raceway, racing Truggies. And what an awesome platform. He is a low C guy, so he likes the low Cs. I am a team associated guy, but because of where I'm at, techno is and their parts availability is top notch. I'm talking like there's techno parts for days over at Extreme RC Raceway, not to mention the low C stuff. So my brother will be very, very happy with this low C. That's what he'll be going with on his 8 scale venture. So again, if you guys are interested in the X Max I just showed, hit me up. If you guys are local in South Carolina, or if you guys even interested over there in Colorado, hey, I'll find a way to bring it back because that thing is huge. All right, it won't fit in the original box. I'll tell you that right now because of the Wide Max kit. Again, for those that just tuned in, hey, working on this EB4822. I've been driving mine. Rafi, the owner of Extreme RC Raceway, I am building his for him, keeping myself busy here in the hotel while I'm on trip and having a blast, hanging out with the guys here, the locals here, racing with them. Made great, great friends out here. And yeah, these again, the Southern hospitality out here in South Carolina, and I'm sure it's the same everywhere else. I just never been hanging out with the 8 scale crowd. I've always been a 10 scale guy. Um, and not to mention, I was a 10 scale carpet guy. So off road carpet buggy and on road cars and stuff like that, pan cars, to include the mini Zs. It's always been indoor for me. And my only experience with off road outside was back in Guam, like literally back in Guam in 1992. uh, I bought a JRX2 from a local Air Force soldier that was there. I was only a young teen at the time, and we were always into RC cars, my brother and I. And I was like, well, I want to get into racing, and sure enough, got into it, had a blast doing it, and then ended up getting a stadium truck, the Triple XT, and yeah, I was hooked. And that was the last time I've ever done off-road racing was in the island of Guam, right there on Anderson Air Force Base. And I don't know if the track is still there. And I got a feeling I'll be going back there shortly for work. I actually do want to check it out if it is actually there. It was actually pretty cool when I did. I was working as a bagger over at the commissary, and then on my breaks I would go over there and race and have a blast. And yeah, it's just it stuck with me. And then my first taste of carpet was early last year. Not to mention, I did do a little bit of carpet and a little bit of glue tracks on my travels, like over at SDRC and Reno over at Whippet, but not racing. I just drove the tracks, and yeah, it's just my full-on racing with carpet started way back then. I started announcing for Corey, ended up becoming his race director and running the Pikes Peak RC Arena racetrack, and now I own it. So. Uh, yeah, I'm having a blast with it. Um, now it's a whole new segment and stuff. We'll see what happens. Golly, a big plane just flew over. Uh, Now it's just mainly a new segment to reach out to you guys to expand and network. For those that do travel around, I Google where I'm going and see if there's any RC shops or any tracks around in the area, and I make my best to get out to them when I can. Usually after the work day or even on the weekends, go hang out, meet people, let them know where I'm from, what I'm about, and yeah, and it creates a good friendship. I end up networking and stuff like that, and it's cool. Like over here in South Carolina, again, I'm driving with chassis driver and I'm under his wing, Justin Simonson with Techno. But man, I didn't. You got guys out here like David Olson. You got people out here like Joe Mandola, just everybody out here. Um, Even you see them on TV. I watch them on YouTube live and stuff like that, and it's cool just to meet them in person and talk with them and then relate to them on the hobby and stuff. So it's actually pretty cool, and I like that a lot. So again, having a blast out here in South Carolina. I don't know where my next trip and venture brings me, but hopefully I meet the same type of group of people. And it's been like that everywhere I've gone, traveling for work and stuff like that, and checking out different tracks. The I'll tell you what, the RC community is super duper tight, and I enjoy it with all you guys out there. So man, I'll tell you what, I've been slowing down on this build. Again, like I said in the beginning of the video, it's just shocking of what we found out. I am using core RC oils. Let's see, I'm about to use. Let's see if I have it over here real quick. Let's see. Go ahead and use some of this TLR oil for Rafi. So, yep, let's see how that goes. 563. I do got 600 over there. We'll see how that goes. But anyways, I hope to see you guys in the next video segment. It's been great. Just letting you guys know how my day is going. I'm gonna finish up this EB4822. I'll probably do it in a time lapse and upload it. And again, everybody, it is great to see you. And remember, always check on your friends. Always check on your friends. Make sure they're all doing okay, because you never know what may happen on that next step. So again, always check on your friends, reach out to them. If you suspect anything in any way, again, reach out to them, ask if they're okay. Always give them that big ass hug, and yeah, keep them close. Keep them close. Keep all your friends close. The people that are in the RC community that I've met and that have moved on, again, John Calvin. Hey, rest easy, sir. It was fun driving with you. It was fun learning all your stories. Donnie Young here in South Carolina just last night or yesterday. Again, sir, rest easy. I hope you're up there with the RC gods, hey, giving us that boost and confidence that we need when we're racing. Also to my father-in-law that just passed away last week, unfortunately. um, yeah, rest easy, sir. Sorry I could not be there, but I tell you what, I'm just glad that you had your family there, and it was. I'm sure it was very strong in coming with all of them. All right. So my condolences to everybody out there. Ryan Calvin, I hope you're holding up, man. I know your dad just passed away. Hey, still think about him. He's a cool dude. Is painting, all that stuff, is RC Ventures. Hey, he was a big impact in the RC community that we had there in Colorado. And I'm sure, just as I met Donnie Young here in South Carolina, a very strong uh, impact on the community here. It hit everybody well. I hope his sister's doing all right. I hope Mr. Ed Pasquine, I hope you're doing okay. I hope you're holding up. I know he was your right hand man to the race scene out there at Monk's Corner. So, again, my condolences to everybody, to include my in laws over there in Kansas and Colorado. My strong condolences always to you guys. All right. Take care of yourselves, check on your friends, hold them close to you, race hard together. Hey, we'll see you on the next segment of the Pikes Peak RC Arena racing news around the nation. I'm coming from you guys over here in South Carolina. I'll be back home in Colorado this coming weekend. Obviously, I'm going to miss the TNR, and but I will make Matt Kyle's race out there. Finally make Matt Kyle's race. And answer the call of being called out. Because boy, I got this guy. He keeps on calling me out to race. We'll see. All right. You guys take care, Pikes Peak RC Arena. I will see you guys on the next video segment, which will be a time lapse of me building this dang thing, because I spent my whole time talking with you guys. All right. Take care. How do I end this?